Regie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. This is the Ready, Set, Go preview show. This is the show I do every single week and have done for the last 30 weeks, in which I basically give you a heads up on all of the content that is coming out from my channel over the course of this week. And we typically talk about some news, and then we also give away a really cool slab thanks to our friends over at GoCollect. I will tell you, tonight's show is probably going to be a brief one. For those that follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that I was at the eye doctor a short while ago, and my doctor decided to dilate my pupils. And so I can't see all that well right now. But the show must go on. We are going to rally, and we are going to try to get through this thing, but it could turn out to be a very brief show. My vision is clearing up by the moment. That was right until I came here in the room and turned on all the studio lights. And yeah, so we will see how this is going to go. I was reading some of the comments from the beginning, and I know that a lot of people, especially those over in Canada and also on the East Coast, popped in to say hello and all that good stuff, and they're going to watch it back on the replay. So shout out to all of you guys. Johnny Future, how you doing, brother? He notes here that this is the first show after hitting 5,000. I don't know. I think I interviewed Nerdy Girl. Nerdy Girl was at 5,000 subs. So this is the second show. But Johnny Future, thank you, brother, for the kind words. I definitely appreciate it. Wayne McDonald is in the house. How you doing, brother? I saw Tina, how you doing? Randy is in the house. It is good to see you, my friend. I am scrolling through the comments here. The Semonite is here. How you doing, my friend? It is good to see you. As you guys can see me squinting here, trying to see. Chris, how you doing, my friend? He says, hello to the comic book soldiers. It is good to see you guys. Bearded comic collector, how you doing? Hashtag Giving Gang. It's good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Punished Comics is in the house. Scrolling down through the names here. Hawkeye, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. Comic Corpse is here. Scrolling down, or I should say Comic Core is here. Scrolling down through the names. Bear with me as I do so. Quest, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Rob Worst is in the room. He says, I picked up way too many comics this weekend. Very nice, my friend. Wayne McDonald, we already said hello to you. Scrolling down through the names here, seeing who else is in here. Kyler, good to see you, my friend. And Christopher is here. It's good to see all you guys. And I want to thank everybody for taking a little bit of time out of their respective weekends to actually join me on the live show here. We actually don't have too much of a crazy agenda, just because I had this emergency eye doctor thing that my wife set up for me because I was having some issues. I went to the doctor. Now I'm dilated and I'm not quite seeing things. So what we're going to end up doing here, to be honest with you, is just chatting about whatever it is that may be top of mind for you guys. Modern Sage Comics. So if you guys have questions, comments, or thoughts, throw them up in caps, hoping that I will actually be able to read them. Aaron Finkelstein, how you doing, my man? Tom Garcia is in the house. It's good to see you. My friend Ross is here. Super Honorable Nephew is doing some crazy stuff on Instagram. This dude puts up all kinds of posts, man. I'm in there liking, and I'm scrolling down. All I see is a bunch of his stuff, and I'm constantly liking all of his stuff. But get some rest, my friend. Hopefully you will enjoy the replay. So Kyler's asking, Gibbon fur t-shirts available to purchase. Yeah, I think I forgot to mention that to you guys, and I have to apologize. That was an oversight on my part, and I want to actually correct it. I want to point out that the Regie Collects Gibbon Gang t-shirts are all lined with Gibbon fur, so you will actually have a soft exterior and a soft interior that may tickle your fancy with the Gibbon Gang t-shirt. So these things are available right now. There's a video up on the channel right now talking about pricing, but if I'm doing it from memory, medium shirts through extra large are $25 shipped. If you need a double XL, it is $26.50. If you need a triple XL, it is $28. I do believe for the shirts, they are like a poly blend. I typically do tri-blend shirts, but they were more expensive all across the board. So I did like a poly blend. So they are not just cotton. There's actually some other things that are kind of mixed in there to make these some relatively, I think, nice, soft shirts. So those are available right now through the 20th. I'm actually doing a cutoff. We'll give a huge shout out to everyone that's already ordered shirts. I have a ton of names and sizes on my board right here where people have actually been ordering. So shout out to everyone that's actually placed an order. And what I'm probably going to do, if I can, I have to figure out how to do it. I want to maybe throw a little something extra in each one of the t-shirt orders that go out. I need to figure out what that's going to be, so, and how big it's going to be and how that's going to affect shipping and all that other kind of stuff. But there may be a little something in each one if I can work some magic. So again, shout out to everyone that's placed an order. And if you guys are interested in chatting more about it, if you check the video that is on the channel, it has a lot of the details there. And also on the community tab, there are also details there. So Chris Bigger is hilarious. Scrolling down through the comments here, I actually did a an interview on I think it was Saturday. I did an interview that is yet to come out with someone, and I kind of talked about how it's impossible for me to be everywhere at all times and see everything that's happening in the comic book community. But I kind of touched on the fact that there are a ton of people out there that feed information back to the channel that allow me to kind of know what the heck's going on out there. And I'm super appreciative for all of those individuals that essentially act as like reporters, right? Reporters, Reggie, did you hear this? Had you heard that? Here's a link. I just saw this thing over here. Here's some information for you. And I'm definitely appreciative of all those people that kind of feed information back to the channel, because it allows me to go live and to give some of that information back to basically inspire me to create videos and things like that. So I'm super thankful for everyone that feeds information in. So H-Town Comics is in the house. Comic Book Hustlers also here. It's good to see you guys. Scrolling down through the names. Randy's talking about the fact that my eyes are dilated right now. Man, my eye doctor gave me these funky little glasses because I left my sunglasses at home. And she's like, here, wear these when you go out. And I think they were built for like small people because they just tore my skin up, you know, but kind of positioned them on my face and held them in place with a hat as I drove home. It's a hot mess. If anybody saw me on the freeway, it was not a good look. So scrolling down through the comments, Almighty Liger King, I had to go to the eye doctor. My wife made an appointment for me last minute and went to the eye doctor. She decided she needed to dilate my eyes, and it was about 5 o'clock when she did it. I thought I'd be good by 7:30. No, I'm not. So scrolling down through the comments here again, if you guys have questions, comments, thoughts, things that you guys want to chat about, toss them up in the comment section here so we can mix it up a little bit. Rob Worst talking about 1 million subs, brother. That is a tall order. There are not a whole lot of comic related channels that reach that level of popularity. There is Comics Explained, who is an extremely Rob Corp. Extremely talented guy. I watch his videos literally every day. Even the DC videos I watch just because he is such a fantastic storyteller that I watch everything that he puts out. If I am lucky enough to reach that level, man, it'll be awesome. But we shall see. Party Time Comics is in the house. It's a party, y'all. It's good to see you, my friend. Scrolling down through the names here, trying to see if you guys have any things you guys want to talk about. Scrolling down through the names here. What is this? Rich Carlson is saying, started listening a few weeks ago. You're very well spoken, and I've learned a lot since starting to watch you. Well, thank you very much for that, brother. I mean, the thing is, for me, is that all of this is about having just a little bit of fun and trying to, you know, entertain people and also provide them with some things to think about, you know, and whenever I go on camera, I'm always thinking, you know, what happens if someone's having a bad day? Do they want to hear me, you know, mope and complain about things, or do they want to, you know, have a moment where they can just be entertained? And so I kind of keep that in mind whenever I turn the camera on to do a video or something like that. Even if I'm having a bad day, I want to try to put that to the side for the moment and be able to do something that is a little entertaining entertaining. And to be honest with you, if I'm having a bad day, a lot of times I just won't even record. It's just easier. It's just easier that way. But when I do a live stream, I try to definitely turn it on so that folks get a little bit of some entertainment. Mark, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Reggie's having trouble reading. Please move to real talk, man. This is serious. My wife was sending me messages and I was just like, I recorded her messages, voice notes. And I was like, look, whatever you're saying, I can't read it. So if you want to talk, like, leave me a voice note, because she was typing some stuff and I was like, babe, I can't read any of it. So she's definitely a trooper. Kyle, how you doing, my friend? It is good to see you. Scrolling down through the names here. Scrolling down. So I did not talk about issue 4 of Powers of X, or Powers of 10. Sorry, I did not do one. And I spent a lot of time recording this weekend. I recorded a lot of videos this weekend, but I have not spoken about Powers of 10 issue 4 just yet, and I'm debating if I am going to. So bear with me on that one. We'll see. We'll see. Scrolling down through the names here. Scrolling down, man, that would be dope, bro. You give me a ruby red visor. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So here's my thing. Eddie's asking this question around whether there's going to be a big reveal, right? So I think in certain issues, and I haven't tested this theory, so bear with me, but I think in many of in the issues where they have that reading order, they actually highlighted some things in red that were supposed to, I think, my idea is that the ones that are highlighted in red will have some kind of significance, right? So I think, if memory serves, and I'm doing it from memory, that House of X 5 is one of those ones that is highlighted in red. Now, here's the thing. When all the X-Men like died, it wasn't highlighted in red, and that was a pretty big deal. And so I don't know what they might do in a red issue if just a regular issue sees all of the X-Men dying. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm actually looking forward to what's happening in the upcoming issue this coming Wednesday. So definitely will be an exciting time. I am reading some of the comments here as I'm going down. There's a question here from Joker19. When are you and Comic Tom going to do a show together? So we've done one show. Travis, Comics with Bueller, Comic Tom, and myself actually did a show together. The very first time I actually even spoke to Comic Tom. That day that I spoke to him, I was on his show. And so one of the challenges, of course, is trying to manage schedules, and it's like, because I have a full-time job, it's difficult to schedule things. I'm hoping, and we talk about it a lot, we just haven't done it, and things have been in flux with everybody. I think Bueller was redoing his studio at some point. Comic Tom has been trying to do some things. He launched a new website, a new blog. He's been doing some other things on the side. And so I've also been busy. So it's tough, but hopefully at some point before the end of the year, we'll be able to jump on a live stream together and kind of mix it up. Should be good. So scrolling down through scrolling down through the comments. How you doing, John? Oh, there we go. Speaking of the devil. Comics with Bueller is in the house. How you doing, my friend? It is good to see you. It would be even better if I could see you better, but that is par for the course. Eyes are dilated right now, so this is a really tough thing to do, but we're going to manage to it. I'm way behind comments. Let me just scroll down to the bottom here. So let me see what else you guys are talking about. So here's the thing. I actually started to send you an email on this, Travis. I made a change to my platform here that I'm using for streaming. And ever since then, people have told me that whenever they did a super chat, they got an error. I actually don't even see them in this interface. So I don't know what's going on with that. I may have to look into it, but I started to send you a message to ask whether you've been having any issues as well. So, but if you did a super chat, I want to say thank you for that, brother. Wolf Blitz says, picked up ASM 110 yesterday. Congratulations. Hashtag Giving Gang. If you are on Instagram, make sure you tag me, bro. Make sure you tag me so that I can give you a shout out on Instagram. Eddie White saying here, House of X2 was a red issue. And so again, I can't remember which issue that was because they all kind of blurred because I kind of mixed theories around all the time. So I'm going to have to go back and look at that. But I think that this next one, House of X 5, I think is a red issue. So we shall see. What are my favorite House of X Powers of 10 variant covers? I have a video coming out this week, and I'm actually going to show you some of them. The Mark Brooks connecting variant is probably one of my favorite. I think that one's really cool. There's the one from IG Comic Store. They're red and blue. One was for House and one was for Powers. The Virgin versions I think are extremely dope. And then I have 2 more that are going to be in a video this week. So stay tuned for that video, Hawkeye, because you'll see 2 more of the other ones that I absolutely love. So stay tuned. Scrolling down through the comments here. Scrolling. So we are not doing trivia night, Kyler. We actually put trivia night on hold. Put it on holds, what, 2 months ago. From time to, for me, you know, I get into this thing where I'm just kind of doing these things over and over, and they're not as fun as and exciting as they once were. And so I like to put a hold on them. So that's part of the reason why we're not doing trivia night. The other part of it was that we actually had a subscriber that was actually funding our trivia night. Vika, aka Closet Geek, was actually funding trivia night, and so definitely appreciated his support. I think he supported trivia night probably for like 5 months or something like that. And so, you know, not wanting to continue, and he was doing it almost as a stopgap, because in the background, I was actually negotiating a couple of deals with some sponsors that were actually going to sponsor trivia night. And I didn't want to catch a break. So those deals didn't work out. And so Vika continued to do it. And so between me not being as excited about trivia night and me not wanting to continue to burden a member of the community to sponsor something, I decided to shut it down. So at some point, we'll probably bring it back, possibly in 2020. We'll probably bring it back. So we shall see. Scrolling down through the thing, or scrolling up through the comments, I should say. My man Ariel's here. How you doing, brother? It is good to see you, my friend. Oh my goodness, you guys are hilarious. What is your collecting preference, series, completion, or key books? So yes, Alex is asking a question here. What are your collecting preferences, series, completion, or key books? Yes, that is my preference. Honestly, it depends, right? I am in the process of working on a full run of Amazing Spider-Man. I'm really focused right now on 1 through 261, and I have a video coming out, I think this week, that'll show you guys exactly where I am in that run. I recorded it. I can't remember if I edited it or not, but I am working on a full run of that title because I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man. For like other Spider-Man related titles, I pick up some of the keys. For like the X-Men, I'm picking up some of the keys. But at some point I may actually do a partial run of X-Men. So it depends on the title, the character, that kind of stuff. But I'm a little bit of both. And I mean, I actually, even beyond just being a completionist or being a key hunter, I have a lot of books in my collection that are just books, not necessarily worth anything, but they are books that at one point in time I absolutely loved. And I can tell you some of the newer stuff I have full runs of. So you're talking about Immortal Hulk, Thanos, Venom, the new Avengers. I basically have 1 through 15 or something like that. The FF, I have like 1 through 10. So if it's a new series, I just kind of get a healthy number of 1 through whatever I decide to cut off. But the older books, it depends. It depends upon the title. So scrolling up through the comments here. Scrolling through. All right, let me scroll back down to the bottom here. What is this? Reggie is the Chris, you're hilarious. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a heads up as to what is coming out from the channel this week. I honestly feel like the last couple of weeks I feel like I've been putting out some pretty good content for you guys, and I think folks are enjoying it. And this week, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will continue in that vein. So this is what I have coming out from the channel. And as soon as I do this, we are actually going to get to the giveaway for this week. I am releasing a video this week on how to negotiate a comic book purchase. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, hey, how do I get good deals on comics, right? How do I get books for cheap? How do you approach buying comics at a show, like a con? How do you approach buying comics from private people? How do you buy comics from shops? And so what I tried to do was to put together a video that offers what I think are some practical tips for getting a good deal, right? Negotiating a good deal, a favorable deal for a comic or for a collection. And so in this video, it's a relatively long video, I think, but I think I offer a lot of very practical tips that folks hopefully will be able to use. So stay tuned for that video because I think it's a pretty solid one. There is a hunting haul video or two that are going to be coming out this week. I also went back because I've been on this whole theme of kind of like remastering some of the old stuff that I've done before, primarily because the channel has grown tremendously, right? And so I went back and I remastered two videos that I released back in May of last year. And these videos actually look at the appearances of Spider-Man's black costume prior to Amazing Spider-Man 252, Marvel Team Up 141, and Spectacular Spider-Man 90, right? Because those books are kind of sort of dependent upon how you're looking at them. They're essentially tied, if you will, for the first appearance of the black costume. But the reality is that the black costume actually appeared in comics before May of 1984. And so I'm going to be releasing a video in which I actually show you exactly what those books are. I don't crack them open and stuff like that, but I do show you the books in the event that you are a Spider-Man fan or you're a black costume fan or a Venom fan and you want to go out and get these books. That video will be coming out this week where I'm actually going to be showing you those. And this video was really a project and one of my earliest projects that I worked on when I came back into the hobby. I was like, I'm a Spider-Man fan. I'm gonna get every book featuring a black costume. And as I did my research, I found more and more of these books. So stay tuned for that video to drop this week. And then I'm also going to release a video. If you remember my I felt like an idiot video from last week, which is pretty well received by a lot of people. I think I struck a nerve with that one in a good way. But that I felt like an idiot video that came out last week. I did a part 2 of it because I was kind of in a zone. I was in a zone at the time that I recorded that. So I did 2 videos, and that video part 2 is basically going to be coming out. That's going to continue some of the themes from the first. In part 2, I recorded it like a day or 2 after part 1. I was a little fired up, so I actually had to record it twice because the first time I was too fired up. But that video is going to be dropping this week, so stay tuned for that as well. So that's essentially what is coming out from the channel this week. I'm probably going to release at least 2 podcast episodes this week, probably on Monday and Wednesday. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I may try to go live at least once or twice this week. I'm going to be traveling part of this week. So I'm hoping to be able to go live at least once or twice this week outside of the Ready, Set, Go preview show. So I missed a couple of comments here. So I want to try to scroll up to see what those comments were. They were moving pretty fast here. What does it say? Oh, Kyler. Oh, Kyler, you're funny. Let me scroll down through the comments here. Scrolling down through the comments here. Very nice. Wilson is saying slowly completing his own ASM run, just finished getting all the 30s, basically 30 through 39. Congratulations on that, brother. Definitely. Scrolling down. Yeah, I would check it out. Heavy Hammer Jim is asking if he should check out Absolute Carnage. I actually think it's a good read. It's a good read. And then what's happening with Venom, I read Venom 18 last night. That was actually pretty darn good. And it kind of sort of ties over to Absolute Carnage, I think number 2. So I'm enjoying that series. I think it's a pretty good series. I personally think that the whole Carnage symbiote thing is kind of convoluted because everyone's had a symbiote. everyone's, has a codex. It's complicated, but it's still an entertaining story. And so I would definitely encourage you to read it, pick it up for a couple of bucks and enjoy it. So scrolling down through some of the comments here, Matt Ford says, I like the remaster video you did last week. I think it's good to look back at what Matt is alluding to here is I basically remastered a couple of videos that I did last year on cosmic entities. And so it was almost, I guess, maybe 2 years ago, year and a half that I actually did a couple of videos on cosmic entities because I was picking up first appearances, early appearances of cosmic characters and realized that not a whole lot of people had seen those videos. I think they may have had like 200 views or something like that. And so I decided to remaster it into one video and put that out there. And I think people enjoyed that. I have a stack of books off to my side. I'm actually going to do not a remastering, but I'm going to do something very similar to that. That's going to be I think a forward-looking kind of video for a character that we might see in the MCU. And I think it's going to be a cool video. I think it's going to be a cool one. So stay tuned to that because I definitely enjoyed how that cosmic entity thing kind of unfolded. And I want to do it again, but more forward looking versus how this one was. So thank you for the kind words though, Matt. So scrolling down through the comments here, JD says he pulled the trigger on Fantastic 449 4.0. Congrats on that. That is a great book. The Galactus trilogy is definitely a dope trilogy. So congrats on that. So, MC Slapjack says, I'm down to 3 books to finish, 1 through 829. How are you doing that? What's the 829? Cause the ASM run is 1 through 801. So what's the extra ones there? Yeah. And unfortunately he says it's 1, 2, and 3. Monsters. Every one of them is a monster, my friend. But your focus is so narrow that it's only 3 books. That's the best way to look at it. It's only 3 books. So good luck. Good luck making progress from there. Yeah, a lot of people are doing this. Comic Corp says that he's going after a Spawn run. A lot of people are starting to go after that. So congrats, or I should say good luck on going after that. So scrolling down through the comments here, Felix is talking about just completed Earth X and Universe X. Fantastic reads. I absolutely enjoyed that. I want to say I have Earth X. I think I have the whole Earth X run, but not Universe X, but I have read it. Fantastic reads. So congrats on that, my friend. All right. Let's go ahead and get to this giveaway here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So Eddie White says, hey, Reg, just got back into comics earlier this year. I'm now experiencing hunting for the first time. Bloodshot 1993. There you go, brother. There is nothing more enjoyable than being out there on the hunt and hunting books in the wild. It is a ton of fun. Sometimes you score, sometimes you don't. The goal is to have fun no matter what you are doing, right? So good luck on that journey. Good luck for sure. Brother, here's the thing. Sully Two Kings is like, Reg, what do you think they're doing with the villain Kindred and ASM? So I am playing catch up on ASM right now. I read issue 25 yesterday. I started reading 26, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying ASM right now at all. And they have been teasing the Kindred since like issue 1. And they had him on the cover on issue, what was it, 25? And I'm still like, so who is this dude? And maybe it's being revealed because issue 29 just came out and I'm only on 26. So maybe there's something there that I haven't yet read, but I'm not enjoying Amazing Spider-Man. And I'm hoping that it gets better, but I'm not digging it right now. So I think the character Kindred looks dope. I need to see what the dude can do. And I haven't seen it just yet, but it might be again because I'm so far behind. So scrolling down here, the original run of Silver Surfer, dope. Good luck, brother, because that is an awesome run. I keep looking at issue 1 and 4, and I need to get them. I just haven't pulled the trigger. At all. But good luck on that journey because those are definitely some really cool books. I have issue 3. The Mysterio. Mephisto. Sorry, I have the Mephisto down here at my ankle, but not the others. So let me scroll down through the comments here. All right, let's go ahead and get to this. Let's go ahead and get to this giveaway. So this week, this is the book that we are actually giving away again, thanks to our friends over at GoCollect. It is Flash 139, the first appearance of Professor Zoom, aka the Reverse Flash. A lot of people that entered the contest this week mistakenly thought that I was using the exact same phrase from last week. No. We had a whole new phrase. And so this book was actually given away or mentioned in the video or the interview that I did with Nerdy Girl. And I mistakenly waited until the end of that very long interview to tell you guys about this book. I mentioned it in like the first maybe 10 minutes, but I didn't show it until the end because I got so wrapped up in my conversation with her. So you definitely have my apology. That was not my intent to make you guys wait until the end of an hour-long video. So you definitely have my apology. My goal was to do it about 20 minutes in, and it slipped my mind. So, but this is the book that is being given away. It is Flash 139. It is a 3.0 with off-white pages. This book has not been cleaned or pressed, and the book definitely has some pressable defects and some defects that could benefit from a cleaning. The entire backside of this book is actually pretty dirty. Hopefully you guys can see some of that on camera. There's also a slight spine roll that could potentially some fanning back here that could be resolved with a clean. But it is a 3.0 and has the potential to potentially be a 3.5, if not a 4. There is definitely some wear on the spine, but if you do win this book, you could have a much better book by cracking it and sending it in to be cleaned. So in just a couple of moments, we will figure out who is going to be the winner of that. Someone will also get a copy of the GoCollect exclusive variant, and then also possibly a t-shirt, a GoCollect distressed t-shirt or a stylus. The t-shirt only comes in large and extra large. Unfortunately, we don't have any other sizes. So if you do win, make sure you send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com, letting me know whether you want a shirt. And if you want a shirt, what size? And if you don't want the shirt, then let me know you want a stylus, and I will bundle all this up and get it shipped out to you. All right. So let's go ahead and share the screen here so that I can actually show you guys the list of names of people that entered the contest. And I definitely want to give a shout out to folks. I saw a lot fewer duplicate entries this week. So that definitely made me very, very happy. So I want to give a shout out to everyone. There were a couple of people that inadvertently entered twice, and those folks actually sent me a message to basically say, hey, I messed up. And that is appreciated. There is a huge difference between somebody inadvertently entering the contest twice and someone purposefully entering the contest 4 times. So I want to give a huge shout out to folks. And I don't know if I said it, the phrase for this week was actually Nerdy Girl. That was the phrase to actually get into the contest. It was Nerdy Girl, and the book was shown in the interview with Nerdy Girl. It was mentioned in the first couple of minutes, and then the book was also shown later on and the phrase given out. So there you go. Let me go ahead and get this thing set up. Let's figure out how many times we are going to have to roll our dice before we declare who the winner will be. So let me go ahead and do this thing real quick. And we have 12. Of course we have 12. That is a big number. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to randomize this list, and we're going to go ahead and do this thing 12 times and figure out who is going to be the winner of this Flash 139. So I'm scrolling down here. That is 1. Scrolling down, that is 2. This is 3. This is 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And the winner of the GoCollect giveaway for this week is A. Brilly. I think it's A. Brilly. I think that's it. So Abe, really, congratulations. You are the winner of Flash 139, first appearance of Professor Zoom, aka the Reverse Flash. Abe, really, make sure you send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com, REGIE collects.com, providing me with your screen name, your real name, your mailing address, and then also your t-shirt size or your preference for a stylus, and we will get this thing boxed up and sent out to you. Definitely a cool book to actually win. Because of the popularity of this book last week, I decided to do a second one to give people an opportunity to actually pick the book up. So shout out to everyone that entered this week's Go Collect giveaway. And we're going to show you guys this thing real quick. Let me pull this up. That was Flash 139. I want to show you guys. This is the homepage to Go Collect. All you have to do to figure out pricing for this thing is go into the search field, type it in, hit the search button, pop over here. You touch on the title, and then you can look to see what the FMV is for this book. And FMV stands for fair market value. It's right there. That was a 3.0. That was a 3.0. So if you scroll down, you can see that the FMV for this book is $250. Typically, the books that we give away here on the channel are somewhere between $150 and $250. Sometimes we go a little above, sometimes we go a little below, depending upon the deals that we see out here. But you can see what some of the recent sales for this book have happened to be. And so this is Blue Label, right? Universal grade, but you can also look up signed copies of this book as well, incomplete books, etc., etc. All right, so let me pop back, and I want to go ahead and show you guys what next week's book is. So this is the book that is going to be given away this coming week. The way that you enter the contest, because I've had several people, ask about it, there is a video that will come out sometime between Monday and Friday. And in one of those videos, I'm going to show you a book and I'm going to give you a phrase. All you have to do is watch that video, capture that phrase, go to the community tab, find the post where I'm actually, I've talked about the book. You click on the MailChimp link, basically enter in 3 pieces of information. 2 of them are about you, and the third one is the phrase that you would have received from the video. You plug that in, you're in the contest. And all we ask is that you be a subscriber of the channel, a resident of the United States, a resident of Canada, or have a mailing address in the US. That's basically it. That's all that you have to do. The video comes out Monday through Friday. The contest is open Monday through Sunday. The contest basically closes Sunday morning at 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. That's when I basically go through and shut the list down. I begin tabulating who all entered the contest, who all had the correct phrase. I dedupe it. If there are duplicate entries, I dedupe it, and then I post the list up on the community tab. If you have questions about any of that, there is a video on the channel that actually walks you through the entire process from beginning to end. So it's relatively straightforward. All right. So let me show you guys the book that is going to be given away. Here you go. This is the book that is going to be given away this coming week. We are on a DC theme, right? This is the 3rd week of a DC book, I think, and I've given away a healthy number of DC books. So this is the book that is going to be given away this week. It is Green Lantern number 87, released in 1972. This is the first appearance of John Stewart and the second appearance of Guy Gardner. This is the book that is going to be given away. It is a 6.0 with off-white pages. It is a pretty nice book. Let me give you guys a close-up of this thing. This is a pretty nice comic book that we are going to be giving away. Again, huge shout out to the guys over at GoCollect for putting us in a position to be able to give these books away every single week. Every week for the last 30 weeks, we have been giving away comic books, and these guys have been sponsoring it. So huge shout out to them. All right. So a couple of people seem to like that one. A couple of people seem to like that book. Okay, well, there you go. There you go. It's about time. Please, do you know how many DC books we've given out? We've given out Batman books. We gave away the first Killer Croc. We gave away Batman, what was it? Batman 1000, signed copy. We've given away 2 Flash 139s. Now this book. I mean, there's a healthy number of DC books that have come through this channel. Even though I am a Marvel guy, there is a lot of really cool books. Chris Baker's like, yes, more DC. I'm proud of you. you. The thing is, even if it's not my thing, I pay attention to what other people are into. And so the thing is, even if it's not my thing, I want you guys to, whether you're a DC guy, a Marvel guy, an independent guy or gal, right, to be able to find something here that resonates with you. That's why we did some, I think I did what, a creepy 141 or something like that. I'm not even really into horror, right? But it's still a cool thing to do. So huge shout out to you guys. I hope you guys will enter this week's contest. Again, all you have to do is basically watch the videos. You watch the videos, you find the video where I talk about this, you capture the phrase, and you plug it in. That's all you have to do to basically be in the running. So I want to give one more quick shout out for folks that may have come in a little late on this. We are actually offering up our first set of merchandise. My vision is getting clearer. This is my first set of merchandise that is being offered from the channel. This is a Regie Collects Gibbon Gang t-shirt that was actually drawn by a subscriber of the channel. We basically, he sketched it out, we scanned it, we turned it into a silk screen thingy, and it is ready to be printed on t-shirts. And so there is pricing information on the channel. The medium through the extra large is basically $25. Double XL is actually $26.50. Triple XL is $28. Those are all shipped prices. These are not just cotton shirts. They're actually like a poly blend kind of shirt. So there is some softness and texture to this shirt. It is not a straight black shirt. It's actually a heathered shirt. And so I think that it's a pretty nice shirt. So if you guys are interested in picking these things up, orders are open right now through the 20th. All you have to do is to send your money over to me via PayPal, friends and family, with a note of your real name, your mailing address, your shirt preference, and your email address. And basically what I'm going to be doing between now and the 20th is taking orders. On the 20th, I'm shutting it down. I'm placing the order, and then hopefully within a couple of days, I will have the shirts back in my possession to be able to send them out to you guys as quickly as possible. And you guys know I ship pretty quickly. If you've ever bought anything from me, I always ship typically priority because I want stuff to get there as quickly as possible. So let me scroll down through the comments here to see if I'm missing anything. No, it is not cheap material, man, because if I have to wear it, I want it to be some nice stuff. Scrolling down, let me see what you guys are talking about. Any chance of a live meetup pickup for locals? Is that directed to me? Is that a comment for me? Brother, I do. I try to get stuff because I'm a big fan of instant gratification. You know, if you give me your hard-earned money, I want to turn around and give you your thing, whatever it is, back as quickly as possible. So wasn't sure if this was, yeah. So I need to think about that. One thing I was actually thinking about, I was thinking about doing a $1 comic sale here at the house, because I have a bunch of books left over from collections that I've purchased that aren't really my kind of thing. And so I'm actually thinking about doing a $1 sale here at the house one day. So we'll see whether I get there. I may do it closer to the holidays, but we will see. A lot of people tend to meet me at cons. So if you're ever like at the Berkeley Comic-Con or something like that, you know, I typically give folks a heads up if I'm going to be going to that or some other local con. So scrolling down, let me see if I missed anything. Oh man, yeah. Brett has talking about the Kindred thing, brother. They teased it in what, issue 1? I'm like, can we please see what this dude is all about? If Jonathan Hickman was writing it, the Kindred would already have, shown himself, killed somebody, been killed, and then came back to life in another shape or form. If this was Jonathan Hickman, he would have done the whole thing. I mean, they're dragging this thing out, and it's just like, let's just get to it because I'm losing interest, to be honest with you. So, all right. You didn't miss much. My eyes are dilated. My vision's getting a little bit clearer here, but we just kind of had a random conversation about various things. Nothing really special because I'm struggling to actually see. So I want to thank you guys for definitely bearing with me to actually get through here. What are your thoughts on big event fatigue for Marvel? So what I will say is that I actually set out War of Realms and don't think I missed anything. Don't think I missed anything from War Realms. Absolute Carnage, I'm reading the primary storyline. I'm not getting the tie-ins. Um, the House of X, Powers of 10, super dope. Super dope. And I can't not do that one because that's super dope. I think that the big tie-in or the big events are a great way to keep fans excited and to bring in a ton of money, right? So it's a cash grab to some degree or another. But if the story and the art are really, really good, I think the fans will come, right? And so the Absolute Carnage, I think people are enjoying it, right? And so that's a tough one. War Realms, I don't know about that one. House of X, Powers of 10. I don't know if that's a big event, but it's a dope storyline and it is a reboot, which people are also very tired of, but it's really well done. And so I think it's one of those things that if it's a big event or a reboot for the sake of, it's a money grab. If it's a reboot or a big event that is really, really well done, then I think people are very forgiving of it and are really invested in it. So my answer is it depends. It depends. And I think people are probably really, really curious about how you get your spouse. Oh, you said your spouse lets you buy comics, guys. I read that as my spouse buys my comics. Again, can't see at all. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Anybody know the video that started the Gibbon gang, no cameo, just first appearance? Man, nobody remembers that. No, I don't even remember that video, to be honest with you. And I've said it before. I think where it all started was just, I think it was a live stream, and I think I made a throwaway comment about what is a Gibbon anyway. I think that was the comment that I made. No clue what video that was in, right? I mean, if you think about it, I release 5 pre-recorded videos a week, and then I do two to 4 live streams a week. That's a lot of videos. And so who knows where that one is buried. But if somebody finds it, let me know. Let me know. See, Sully 2 Kings like, nope, you didn't miss a thing with War Realms. I heard it was good. I heard it was really good. Jason Aaron does a good job. He tied all these strings together from things that he'd done in the past with Thor and stuff like that. But I don't know that you missed anything by skipping that one. And I think, you have to do that evaluation every time. Is this one that I want to get, that I want to invest in? Is this one that I want to spend my money on? And if you say that, then do it. And if you don't, like me, I set out War of Realms, so scrolling down through Chris Baker, you're a nut. You're a nut. Yep, here you go. Mighty Liar King. Didn't miss much with War Realms. Again, I stayed away from it. My spouse lets me buy, says they just seem like setups for new titles, but even those don't usually last more than 12 issues. It kind of dilutes the aftermath of the event to him. Yeah, I mean, I think it, you're probably right. I can't even really argue against that. But it's a formula that Marvel believes works. And so I think that they are going to continue to execute against that formula. And I think, if you look at what Jonathan Hickman is doing with the X-Men, that was actually his idea, right? This whole thing that he's done with the X-Men, that's all his idea, right? He brought it to Marvel and said, here it is. I don't know that he was responsible for the 6 teams and the 6 issues that are coming after. I think that was Marvel probably saying, hey, if he's going to kill it with this story, with these 2 stories, then maybe we should, piggyback on it. And so I personally, this is my belief. This is my belief. Even if 5 of the 6 that drop in October, the 5 of the 6 titles that drop in October that are a follow-up to what Jonathan Hickman is doing, if they all are awful, for me, it will not dilute House of X and Powers of 10 because that story is so incredible. Won't dilute it for me at all. But I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying about your perspective, but I think that House and Powers were so well done. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. And my hope is that the ongoing X-Men series is as good. I've already told my guy I want every issue of the 6 new titles, I want at least 1 through 5. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to evaluate each one of those 1 through 5. If they're garbage, they won't make a 6, except for X-Men, because the X-Men, that's just going to continue, right? So I will definitely support that one. So scrolling down through some of the comments here, Urban says big crossover events are future movies. Well said. You are probably right about that. You are probably right about that. Here, yeah. So Matthew says, Pretty Fly, remember the vid, but don't know what it was called. I unboxed. Yeah. See, that's the thing, is I unboxed it and I remember that. But is that there may be a Gibbon. I thought it was a live stream. There may be a Gibbon on the cover of that video. Maybe I did a thumbnail of a Gibbon. I need to go back and watch that, because Matthew, thank you for that, brother. He may have just reminded me, but I swore it was a live stream that I talked about that. Maybe it was a follow-up comment in the live stream about the pre-recorded video about the unboxing of Amazing Spider-Man 110. We're going to put this together. Oh man, Chris, this was back in April. Let me scroll down through some of the comments. I am not going to get this one. Angel is talking about J.J. Abrams and his son doing Spider-Man. I think you guys have probably heard about this. So basically, J.J. Abrams, I guess his son always wanted to do a comic. I think that's, no, let me restate. So supposedly J.J. Abrams went to his son and said, hey, let's work on a comic together. And so they collaborated to basically come up with a story that they then pitched to Marvel. Marvel loved it. And now they're coming out with, I think, a one shot or something like that. And I probably will not pick that one up. I'm not really interested in that. I mean, at the same time, I'm not really interested right now in the current ongoing Amazing Spider-Man run either, but that's neither here nor there. But this one to me seems a little bit like a money grab, but you know. iRock says, didn't like War of Realms, but House of X and Powers of 10 is hype. Well said, my friend. Scrolling down to the comments here. This is an ongoing topic. Comicmount.com. Comicmount.com is the mount that I use to keep the slabs on the wall. I have 16 behind me and another 14 on the wall in front of me. Comicmount.com. Tell Bill. Bill is the owner. Tell Bill I said hello. Scrolling down through the comments here. This live stream is getting better and better as my vision continues to clear up. I'm just being completely honest. This eye is still a little off, but I'm definitely getting into this now that I can actually see better. Have I read the Utopia run, Dark Avengers versus X-Men? I have some of the Utopia run in a box right here, but I picked it up as part of a collection purchase, and I have not read it. The Dark Avengers, no. I think I have some Dark Avengers, but I haven't read those at all. And I didn't know that there was a Dark Avengers versus X-Men. I have not read that. I can tell you that for a fact. So scrolling down through, I don't know about that one. I probably won't read that one either, to be honest with you. There's a lot of stuff out there. I think there's a lot of great content, a lot of really great titles out there that I just won't read. I just don't have all the time in the world to read everything, you know? This is an excellent point. How do you create something new out of something that has been out of X-Men? I think I understand that. And to be honest with you, I think that that's one of the great talents of Jonathan Hickman is he is weaving a new story with all of these threads that have been out there for like ever, right? Like no one saw Moira McTaggart becoming a mutant. No one saw that coming, right? That what this dude is doing is incredibly well done, right? It is super easy, I think, like J.J. Abrams and his son to say, all right, we are going to sit down and we are going to write a story about Spider-Man. Super easy to do that because you just write the story about Spider-Man as if nothing else exists. You just write it. Spider-Man, tights, Mary Jane, his wife, you know, his aunt, the uncle died, right? You just do a new story just with those pieces, right? Super easy. What Jonathan Hickman is doing is basically pulling all of these threads that have been out there from different writers over decades. And he is pulling a thread here, pulling a thread here, tying it together, pulling one from over here, tying it together. And he is weaving a new story out of threads that have been out there for decades. And it is really well done. Really well done. That is talent. That is a talented man that shows that he is a fan of comics. It also shows that he respects the comic book reader in my mind, right? Because we don't have to suddenly wrap our minds around, so which version of Storm is this? Is this the Storm from this period or that period kind of thing, right? Or what's true about Storm's powers or whoever's powers, right? What's in and what's out. He's doing something that I think is really, really well done, where he is still acknowledging things that have come before. And I think that's great. And that's part of the reason why I'm really, really enjoying it. So scrolling down through some of the comments here. Hey, check it out. If somebody sends me a live gibbon, I will know what it is because there will probably be air holes in that one. So I should be able to detect the live gibbon. But what? Somebody told me they're only like 15 to 20 pounds. So they can fit in like a large FedEx box. I mean, that's super easy. A large FedEx box is a pretty decent sized box. Cut some air holes in it. Send me a gibbon. That's cool. My kids will love it. Oh, was it that time? I thought it was before that. Please don't make me go on this hunting mission trying to figure this out. Oh man. Chuck, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you here. Chuck, excellent point. My man Chuck, he is on the money. He says the Gibbon video is hanging out with Lobo. I promise you, it was probably in the same video where I talked about Lobo and I talked about the Gibbon. I'm telling you, it's probably the same video, and we're never going to find either one of their origin stories. So, all right, let me go ahead and wrap this thing up. My vision is getting much, much better. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. This show was a little off just because I couldn't really see very well, but I want to thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As a reminder, this is the book that we are actually giving away this week. This is Green Lantern number 87, a 6.0 off-white pages. This book could be yours. All you have to do is pay attention to the videos that are coming out from the channel this week, Monday through Friday. Find the video in which I talk about this book, capture the phrase, and you can be in the running. The post is already up on the community page. It is already up there for this book. All you have to do is to start watching the videos that come out on Monday through Friday, always at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. And for if you missed it, I actually have a ton of videos coming out this week. I also have 2 podcasts that are going to be dropping Monday and Wednesday. I think one of them is a CGC interview. So I think people really dug the last CGC interview that I released. So we're going to release another one this week. So hopefully you guys will enjoy the content. If you guys need to reach me, feel free to reach out to me at RegieCollects on Instagram, or RegieCollects@gmail.com. If you need me, I am not too hard to find. Take care.